Again in Mama's kitchen. Well, guess what? I'm making now rice with pigeon peas, which is arroz con gandules. And guess what? Goya product. That's what I'm making. Okay? So, I'm gonna have sauce. And here's my Goya tomato sauce. We gotta remember, si es Goya, tiene que ser bueno. And I learned to use that from my mama's kitchen, maybe 60 years ago. I know Goya was back then. But I start with that, and this is Dominican salami. Good salami, I use it instead of ham. It has that nice taste. And we're gonna cut this. Okay, we're gonna cut a couple of slices for flavoring of that. And you might say, oh, it's not good for cholesterol, but man, it's good for your soul. So don't worry about it. If the cholesterol goes up, we'll deal with that. And I'll cut a couple of slices. And I'm going to put it, I have already.
One for the camera person.
I have it already cut. And it's going to go into my caldero. This is a typical caldero, which is a pot specially made to cook rice. That's normally what we use.
That's oil.
And it's not cooking in oil. Remember, canola oil, less saturated fats. We have to remember that. We have to cut a little bit here and there. Now, we have the garlic. And normally, I have this ready, but since I want you to learn the old way, now I know that the youth, the younger ladies, they don't, they'd rather spend more money on the ones that are really peeled or in pieces, whatever. But there's nothing like the real thing. And see how easy it is to peel them? I don't have to pay no $4 a pound. I peel garlic when I get them for $1 something, and I peel them myself. Isn't that exciting? So you husbands teach them and let them know to save money. But that's another story. We're not gonna go there, right? Yeah, I cook old-fashioned because that's how I learned from my mama's kitchen. Remember, la cocina de mi mamá. Here we are. See how simple it is. There, you don't have to. You peel them. Here you go. All they go in there. And I'm putting them in my pilon. Now this is very old, but it's so well flavored. It's cured. That's why we call it. This is it. And we put the garlic there. We put salt. Okay. We will put some oregano, which hopefully I have. Yep, I have oregano. And I do everything just by sight. I'm so used to cooking, but if you want to measure, that's fine. You could always do that. And this is how we do it. Okay. And a lot of people use the frozen sofrito. Like I said before, you always hear me say, frozen is not the same flavor. Easier, more money, and less flavor. You're sacrificing what? Okay? We're cooked done. And I do this with the, what I do after that is done. In the meantime, I could smell my salami cooking in the back. And, this is what I do. I'm not very, just throw in a couple of them. I keep them in here. And I'll give you a secret. This I did not learn from my mother to keep my cilantro. I learned this from my daughter. If you keep your cilantro nice and dry.
That's right there.
And I put salt to taste. And you put it and you dry it out, see, underneath a paper towel. You cover it. That cilantro will last you for about 2 weeks. And it will not go bad. Because before I used to throw away every couple of days. Now, that keeps me going. And you see this? That's how it looks. Okay, and that's yummy. Yummy. We will, by my hands cooking, that goes in there. Put a little water in here. Old-fashioned cooking in there. And we take our Gandules in Puerto Rico, guandules in the Dominican Republic. But the same. And let me tell you a secret, this is very high in protein. If you eat this, you don't need to eat no meat or nothing because it has the same protein, they say, as a piece of steak. But it's not a truth, that's what I heard. I'm only telling you what I heard. And then, my what? Go get tomato sauce. Quiera pagarlo lo que pico. And there it goes. And I'll show you how it just look. That's seasoning there. Throw a little bit of water into, just to get the very last little drop of your tomato sauce. Okay. Now we take some green pepper. Wash it. Cut it up. And like I say, I don't measure everything because I've been cooking for so many years that I know my measurements. But, you know what I need. This is half a onion. I just cut it off. The pieces of, you know, not too many, you know, cooks normally, chefs, they measure everything. And they have everything in little cups. And no, this is a quick way. You grab it, you don't need no cup. You put it in the pan. This is the easy Puerto Rican style. No chef style. I know Emerald would put it in little cups and measure everything. No, not me. I'm used to cooking. That's for them folks. Okay. Now, if you come around, I'll be right back. See, this is how all the season, they cut pretty and colorful and happy, like Emerald would say. B, I would say flavorful. Very full. Okay. And now, there's 2.5 cups of long grain rice. You put it in there. Okay? Lower it. And like I say, I do everything by sight. I add the water by everything I do. I don't measure. But 3 cups of that, I will put half of the bowl with water. You get everything, and you will see. That's what I can tell you. I know it's going to be delicious. And now we bring it. I will see you when the rice is cooking, when I lower it, when the pasteles are done, and we get ready to thank God for this wonderful meal. See you. You can see this is the rice. The next step, see how the water is drying out, and we put it now lower. And before I'm going to cover it, I'm going to do this. And remember the plantain leaves? Well, this will give it a very good taste. So I just put it there. It's going to finish drying. I'll lower it here. And I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to, for a while. It's the whole average time of making that rice is about 45 minutes. And you leave it cook, and you go and watch your favorite station on TV or something. And as you can see our pasteles, here they are. Now see how big they got. They were little and they squanched out. I don't like to make them too small. And I will tell you why. And this is, when you make them too small, instead of giving people one, then you have to give them 2 or 3. You give them one, and they're satisfied. That is the idea. My daughter said they're too big. But it's faster if you make them those little things. And this are, when you buy them home, made outside, this is how big they are. And they charge you like $2 a pastel. You make them, you cut down, 50 cents, 60 cents a pastel, maybe 75 cents, that size. See you in the next, here I am. And this is our made rice. Look at how beautiful. See that? You see the pieces of ham? That is our rice. And I'm going to see you now. I'm on my next step. We took the plantain leaves off. Now, our pasteles are cooked. So, they're hot, as you can see, they're still boiling for a whole hour. Now, I'll take them out, and I'll let them cool off for a few minutes before I take them out of the paper. And I'll be back and show you when we start eating this delicious food. Praise God, it's done. Yeah. Hello, I'm back. Well, here's the pasteles out of the pot. You see, they're steaming. Be very careful that, you know, because they're very hot, you open them. And like I told you, that grease, the achote, with the grease that I put in, on the paper was to avoid getting the paper stuck. So I'll tell you, some people like to eat it like this, right out of the paper, because they want to scrape every little piece of that delicious food in there. But I don't like it in there, so I take it out and I just go over the plate, very nice, and you will see. See? They're out of the paper, and what I mean, some people like to scrape all this because it's good stuff. It's yummy. And now we will accompany this with our rice with pigeon peas. This is a typical mom's kitchen. No fancy pots, nothing fancy, just good old pots. Okay? And this is our rice. See how nice and fluffy and loose it is? And look at that Dominican salami. Now that is delish. Okay? Here we go. See how nice? We could put salad, we could put other things. Right now we're just having these two things. And this we eat all year round, but it's typical around the holidays in our country, Puerto Rico. I'll see you next time. Bye. La familia eating the pastel, the rice. This my fellow workers here. And this is, like I said, some people prefer on the paper with the rice. You scrape every little bit out of it. And these are my workers. My camera lady, which is behind the camera, on my right hand, Evelyn. And my husband, he did all the peeling and all the washing dishes.
And I'm just reaping the benefits.
And he's just reaping the benefits. Praise God. See you in my next video.